You're about to walk into 2026 carrying everything from 2025. The disappointments, the failures, the heartbreaks, the limiting beliefs, the unprocessed emotions. And you think a vision board and some affirmations are going to magically fix it. They won't. Before you can manifest anything new, you have to release what's old. You have to let go. You have to close the chapter. And most people skip this step completely. That's why their New Year's resolutions fail by February. That's why they feel stuck in the same patterns year after year. Because they're trying to build a new life on top of old foundation, and it doesn't work. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a complete 2025 release ritual. This isn't just reflection, this is energetic closure, emotional release, shadow work. And by the end of this ritual, you'll feel lighter, clearer, and actually ready for 2026. But you have to do this before December 31st, because once the calendar flips, the energy shifts. And if you carry 2025 into January, you've already set the tone for your entire year. So let's talk about why letting go is the most important thing you can do right now. Here's what happens every single year. December 31st rolls around. People get excited. They make big plans. They set ambitious goals. They create vision boards. They write down resolutions. This is my year. 2026 is going to be different. And then nothing changes. By mid-January, the motivation is gone. By February, they're back to old patterns. By March, they've completely forgotten what they even wanted to manifest. Why? Because they never let go of 2025. Think about it like this. You're trying to fill a cup that's already full. You want abundance, but you're still holding on to scarcity mindset. You want new love, but you haven't released the old relationship. You want confidence, but you haven't let go of shame. You want success, but you're still carrying your failures. Your subconscious is holding on to all of this, and until you consciously release it, it's going to block everything you're trying to create. This is why New Year's resolutions don't work. They're surface level. They're about doing more, being more, achieving more, but they don't address what you're carrying. They don't create space, they just pile new intentions on top of old baggage, and your nervous system can't handle it. Your subconscious rejects it because you haven't done the inner work of letting go first. Letting go isn't weakness, it's not giving up, it's not forgetting. Letting go is releasing the energetic hold that the past has on you. It's saying, that chapter is over, and I'm ready for the next one. It's creating space for something new to enter. And if you don't do this intentionally, you'll drag 2025 straight into 2026. Same wounds, same patterns, same blocks, just a different date on the calendar. So what happens when you don't let go? Let me paint you a picture. You set a goal on January 1st. Maybe it's financial, maybe it's health, maybe it's relationships. Doesn't matter. You're excited, you're motivated, you're ready. But underneath that excitement, there's fear. There's doubt. There's that voice that says, you've tried this before and it didn't work. That voice is 2025. It's every failure, every disappointment, every time you gave up. And that voice is louder than your New Year's intention because it's been with you longer, it's wired deeper, and until you release it, it's running the show. So you start strong, but within days, that old pattern kicks in. You sabotage yourself, you procrastinate, you make excuses, you lose motivation. Not because you're lazy, not because you don't want it, but because your subconscious is still operating from 2025 programming. This is the invisible weight people carry into the new year, and it destroys their manifestations before they even begin. Unprocessed grief, unhealed wounds, unreleased anger, unforgiven mistakes. All of this stays in your energetic field. It stays in your nervous system. It stays in your subconscious, and it blocks you from receiving anything new. This is why letting go isn't optional, it's essential, and it has to be intentional. It has to be a ritual, because your mind and body need closure. They need to know that chapter is complete. So let's talk about the 3 things you absolutely must release from 2025 before you step into 2026. Thing number 1, release the failures and disappointments. This year didn't go the way you planned. There were goals you didn't hit, dreams that didn't manifest, things that fell apart, relationships that ended, opportunities that didn't work out, and you've been carrying that disappointment. Maybe you're angry at yourself. Maybe you feel like you failed. Maybe you're embarrassed. Maybe you're just sad about what could have been. You need to let that go, not because it didn't matter, not because you're pretending it was fine, but because holding on to it is keeping you stuck. Your brain has labeled 2025 as the year things didn't work out. And if you don't consciously change that story, your subconscious will just repeat it. It will expect 2026 to be the same. And guess what? It will create that reality. So you have to release the grip that those failures have on you. You have to stop replaying them. Stop using them as evidence that you can't succeed. Stop letting them define what's possible for you. Thing number 2, release the grudges and resentments. Someone hurt you this year. Maybe multiple people. Maybe it was betrayal. Maybe it was rejection. Maybe it was just carelessness. But you're still holding on to it, and I get it. They were wrong. They shouldn't have done that. You didn't deserve it. All of that is true. But holding on to resentment isn't punishing them. It's punishing you. Every time you replay what they did, you're re-traumatizing yourself. Every time you imagine what you should have said, you're keeping that wound open. Every time you fantasize about them apologizing or suffering consequences, you're giving them your energy. And that energy could be building your future. But instead, it's stuck in the past. You don't have to forgive them because they deserve it. You forgive them because you deserve peace. You release the grudge because you deserve freedom. This isn't about them. It's about you taking your power back. Thing number 3, release the version of yourself that you've outgrown. This one is tricky. Because part of you is still attached to who you were. Even if that version of you was struggling, even if that version of you was unhappy, it's familiar, it's safe, it's known, but you're not that person anymore. Or at least, you don't want to be. You want to evolve, you want to grow, you want to become the version of yourself that you've been visualizing, but you can't become her if you're still clinging to the old you. You can't step into the new identity while holding on to the old one. It doesn't work. So you have to let go of the old identity, the old beliefs, the old patterns, the old ways of thinking and being, even if it feels scary, even if it feels like losing yourself, because you're not losing yourself, you're becoming yourself. All right. Now that you know what to release, let's actually do it. This is the guided release ritual. Do this alone, in a quiet space. Uninterrupted. This is sacred work. Treat it that way. First, find a comfortable place to sit. Light a candle if you can, not because it's magical, but because it signals to your brain that this is intentional, this is a ritual, this matters. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Let your body settle. Now, I want you to bring your awareness to 2025. Don't overthink it. Just let your mind go back to January. What were you hoping for? What were you excited about? What did you want this year to be? Take a moment with that. Notice how it feels in your body. Maybe there's sadness, maybe there's disappointment, maybe there's grief. Whatever it is, don't push it away. Feel it. Now, think about the moments this year that hurt, the failures, the losses, the betrayals, the disappointments. Don't dwell on them. Just acknowledge them. Say in your mind, this happened and it hurt, and I'm ready to let it go. Take another deep breath, and as you exhale, imagine releasing that pain. Physically release it. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Let it go. Now bring to mind the people who hurt you this year, the ones you're still holding grudges against, the ones you replay conversations with, the ones you wish would apologize. Say in your mind, what you did was wrong, and I release you, not because you deserve forgiveness, but because I deserve peace. Feel that, mean it, and then let them go. Take another deep breath. Exhale fully. Release. Now think about the version of yourself you've been holding on to, the identity you've outgrown, the beliefs that no longer serve you, the patterns you're ready to break. Say in your mind, thank you for protecting me. Thank you for getting me this far, but I don't need you anymore. I'm ready to become who I'm meant to be. And let that old version go. Breathe again. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Release. Now, I want you to visualize 2025 as a door, a chapter, a book. Whatever image comes to mind, and I want you to see yourself closing it, gently, respectfully, but firmly. This chapter is complete. As you close it, say out loud or in your mind, I release 2025. I honor what it taught me. I release what it took from me. I am closing this chapter with gratitude and grace, and I am ready for what's next. Take one final deep breath, and when you exhale, open your eyes. You just completed the energetic release, but we're not done yet. Now we need to close 2025 on a practical level too. Here's what I want you to do. Get a journal or a piece of paper. Write at the top, what I'm leaving in 2025. Then make a list. Write down everything you're consciously choosing to leave behind. The grudges, the regrets, the failures, the old identity. Write it all down. This act of writing is powerful. It takes what's in your head and makes it real. It creates a contract with yourself. You're declaring, this stays in 2025. I'm not bringing this forward. Once you've written everything, here's the ritual part. You're going to destroy that list. Burn it if you can do it safely. Rip it up and throw it away. Bury it. Whatever feels right, but physically destroy it. This is the closure. This is you telling your subconscious, this is done. We're not carrying this anymore. And I promise you, you'll feel lighter. You'll feel like something shifted. Because something did. Now that you've released 2025, you can finally set intentions for 2026. But we're not doing it the way most people do. Most people set goals on New Year's Eve based on what they think they should want, based on what would look impressive, based on what would prove their worth. That's ego, not intention. Real intention comes from alignment. It comes from asking, who do I want to become? Not what do I want to achieve? So here's the question I want you to sit with. In 2026, who am I becoming? Not what are you doing? Not what are you accomplishing? Who are you becoming? What does that version of you believe? How does she think? How does she show up? What's her energy? Get clear on that. Because when you know who you're becoming, the goals take care of themselves. The actions become obvious. The manifestations happen naturally. Write this down. In 2026, I am becoming someone who... And finish that sentence. Be specific, be honest, be bold. This is your new identity. This is who you're stepping into. And because you released the old version, there's actually space for this new version to exist. This is how you set intentions that actually work. Not from force, from alignment, not from lack, from wholeness. Let's bring this home. You now have a complete release ritual for 2025. You've let go of failures, grudges, and old identities. You've created closure. You've set aligned intentions for 2026. But here's the most important part. You have to protect this new energy. Because the world is going to try to pull you back into old patterns. Old people are going to trigger old responses. Old situations are going to test your new identity. And in those moments, you have to remember, I already released that. I left that in 2025. That's not who I am anymore. This takes practice, this takes consciousness, but every time you choose the new pattern over the old one, you're reinforcing your new identity. You're proving to your subconscious that you meant it when you let go. Do this ritual before December 31st. Give yourself the gift of closure. Give yourself the gift of a fresh start. Give yourself the gift of actually being ready for 2026. And then, when the clock strikes midnight, you won't just be celebrating a new year. You'll be celebrating a new you. If you did this ritual, comment "released" below. Let's close 2025 together. Let's step into 2026 lighter, clearer, and ready. And if you want more content like this, real transformation, not just motivation, subscribe to this channel. We're building a community of people who do the deep work, who understand that real change happens from the inside out. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing this work. I'll see you in 2026.